Hello internet users, I come back to you humbly in traditional art discussion garb to talk again about a piece of art. This one is by a YouTube creator I personally enjoy, and not quite as dark or creepy as The Caretaker, Everywhere at the End of Time. However, it's one I really wanted to talk about. Let's go. Van life videos and camping videos are becoming, if not already, a bit of a saturated market on YouTube. If you're lucky enough to be unaware of this, then I ask you to err on the side of caution, as just entering a simple keyword can alert the algorithm and flood your recommended feed with a cavalcade of videos that are about as generic, stale, and boring as the current drama commentary community metagame. This can be incredibly irritating for casual viewers and infuriating for people looking for unique and interesting content. I, however, love this. When a genre of video gets oversaturated, that is when the diamonds in the rough are the most challenging and rewarding to find. Maybe a content creator didn't know his passion was marketable to an audience, or a longtime creator is now given an algorithmic boost because of the newfound attention, or a myriad of other situations. The point is, today I would like to look at a diamond in the rough. Filmed in 2011 and published in 2017, the Boondocking documentary by Steve Wallace is a complete mixed bag. The characters are awkward and cringy, but also prophetic and introspective. The compositions and shots are strange and almost uncomfortable, and at the same time they can be beautiful and revealing. The microphone quality is poor, and for half of the documentary the only thing I can hear is the lens autofocusing. And despite that, I have found that this just under half-an-hour screening is incredibly inspiring and one of my most favorite YouTube videos. So in just a few simple steps, we are going to explore, appreciate, and discuss boondocking. To get started, I would just like it on record, after watching the documentary and a whole lot of videos on this very successful and very entertaining YouTube channel, I am a huge fan of Steve's. I am not, however, a huge fan of the trials and tribulations this dog had to go through during the making of the documentary.
Right, fair enough.
Your dog is drowning! Oh! Oh! Get him out of the river!
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
We start off with Steve introducing us to the idea of what boondocking is and a few of its biggest drawbacks. And BAM! Title cards, establishing shots, all presented with a somber mandolin guitar backing track, straight out of Dick Prinick's Alone in the Wilderness. If I'm being honest, this is less of a traditional documentary and more of an hour-long vlog with Steve taking us around a few interesting and eventful days as someone living in a camper, also giving us a look into the mind of a guy in his late 30s who's just fed up with all the bullshit he's been putting up with on the day-to-day, with a few boondocking tips just kinda thrown in. And I think it's very relatable and courageous of him. Something everyone has to confront eventually is whether or not they're content with the way their life is going. And I feel a lot of people just take that pressure lying down until they crack and have a midlife crisis, or die with regrets. And instead, Steve chose option 3, and got back in touch with the things he actually enjoys and values. Back in the real world, Steve describes some of the struggles he is facing right now, and how he's dealing with them, along with future goals. Saying things like if he worked on his YouTube a little bit more, maybe he can do away with the job bullshit. Afterwards, he shows his favorite spot and... Onk D, Mr. Wallace? That subtle and unexpected genre shift really hit me off guard. About 9 minutes into the video, we meet Styx, aka Reed, and outside of our candid canine companion, pretty much the only other character, and a goofy one at that.
Styx, I just watched you nearly slip down a mountain. And now you're gonna try and tumble down this hill as well, dude?
I'm having a hard time with Styx. It seems he really looks up to and admires Steve for being the free-spirited, salt-of-the-earth kind of guy that he is. However, he's either super awkward or he's just really uncomfortable on camera. He is along for most of the ride with us and does a good bit of the recording and really looks like he is having fun floating around with Steve, but he takes a lot of shit on camera.
Is the beer okay? You're pretty high up that butt fucking tree. Why do they call you Sticks?
Thanks, Reed, for the lift. No thanks for the shitty idea.
In all seriousness, though, I think this is one of those questions Steve has asked himself and decided to stick with after running away. Who are the people who actually want to be around you, and who do you actually want to be around? It's pretty clear that Sticks is a loyal and friend to Steve. After some cringy dialogue, some outdoor tips,
Follow the way the animals do. That's the shit.
and a bit more dog abuse,
Don't follow that animal. He's a retard.
we have officially had some marvelous misadventures with our heroes. As much as I would like to talk about it more, it's served up in a way that would be difficult to comment on, without just narrating the entire documentary, and I'd rather you go watch it and experience it without my silly self explaining to you in painful detail what is happening in front of your eyes. To really entice you, however, I will say the boat scandal, the giant overturned tree, and the ominous grow operation he stumbles on were all very exciting moments. And I hope any viewers who see this video are intrigued enough to go and experience that for themselves as well. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I'm not big on spoiling endings, so you'll have to go and watch the documentary for that. And I do recommend you do. It is a great video. The rest of Steve's videos are fantastic as well, and I'm happy to say he's still posting stuff today. While I do enjoy camping occasionally, it's certainly not my niche, but Steve is such a funny, adorable dude, it's pretty tough not to find some fun in his content. So Steve, as a fan, you made a fantastic movie. It seems you're doing very well, having just moved into and beginning to renovate a beautiful new home on an awesome property. And outside of your entertaining, fun YouTube channel, you have your long successful Hunker Down Gas and Heating Company. For as long as you, beautiful camera wife, and your cast iron camping stove are out solving mysteries and taking down ne'er-do-wells, I mean, as long as baking pizza's intense,
You can't be camping unless you have a wood-fired pizza oven in your tent.
camping in a Transylvanian ghost town,
Is the campground here? The map was correct. And not just that, but it's like the creepiest campground I've ever seen in my life.
or lighting fires like your fucking Anton Chigurh makes you happy, I will be watching your videos. They inspire me to find and do what I truly love. Oh my god, it's hot in here, dude. I don't think Boondocking does a good job as a documentary. I do think Boondocking is a beautiful story of self-discovery and a peek inside of a man's journey, searching and finding himself. And I'd recommend to anyone struggling with who they are or are frustrated with the way their life is going to watch it. Although I don't think living in a camper for 2 years is the best solution for many people, I do think it was the best solution for Steve. And the message is to find that thing, grab on, and just give everything to it. And I believe that's a fantastic one to put out there. And for that, I thank you. God, I keep on rotating. I'm rotating.
Hey everybody, Campin' Steve here, and, well, I'm camping.
Hello, and welcome to YouTube Corner. While I think this video was a good enough endorsement of Steve and his incredible talent as a YouTuber or content creator, I think it would be silly to not also include someone else as the YouTube Corner for this episode. So we're going to be taking a look at Brutal Moose. Brutal Moose is a pretty interesting creator, I think. This is probably the first YouTube Corner I've done on someone I've only just recently found, because I did just recently find him. I've been watching his backlog of videos, his series called Brutal Foods, where he just reviews different and strange food products that I don't think many other food YouTuber or food reviewer or food reviewers really touch on.
He has some video game series that I'm kind of drifting away from gaming videos as of recently. There's just so much gaming content. It's really hard to get excited when you find somebody who's making content also does video games. You're like, eh. Not to say that he doesn't do it well. I'm sure he does it great. It's just not what I'm looking for right now. But what I'm more excited to talk about is his latest video, which I'm hoping is spawning a series soon, where he finds old unmarked VHS tapes and reviews the contents on them. His most recent video, which I'll link in the YouTube corner link at the bottom, that video fucking slaps, dude. It is probably the best video I've seen on YouTube in a while. He just dissects and reminisces on the commercials of the time, but he also records that episode with a videotape recorder. It just blew me away. That video is, as the kids say, fire, dude. I loved that video. He has others like it where he looks at old VHS like movies from the bygone era, and he has some others where he looks at videotapes that he's gotten from thrift stores and sort of takes them apart. But this is the first one where he really goes in and just talks about a sold as blank VHS tape. I highly recommend you check him out, mostly because I want to see more of those blank VHS YouTube videos recorded with a VHS recorder. I want more. I want more. And that's going to do it for today's YouTube Corner. Check out Brutal Moose. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank everybody watching. If anybody has questions, feel free to post them as comments. If you have any critiques, feel free to post them as comments. I have a ton of fun doing these videos, so that's all I got.
My stupid friend and my stupid dog.